Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and they Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got a foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can chat with cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers, all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Weazel News. We are your hosts, Dick Dastardly and Lindsay Lauren. Welcome to tonight's broadcast. Dick, how are you? Hopefully you're doing okay after your little accident last night. That was very scary.
Oh yes, I am doing. I'm doing good. They took me over to Sandy Shores to have a little look at me, and they said it doesn't. Ooh, I can't even speak tonight. It doesn't look like I have a concussion. But
Are you sure about that?
I can't guarantee that now. But they said I checked out pretty good. You know, I was lucky. It could have been a lot worse. The way my vehicle ran off the road when it hit that black ice. You know, I think I may have to take a trip down to either Mosley's or Hayes and get me make sure they get that 4-wheel drive. I was working on those SUVs we got here at Weazel News.
We will have to make sure of that, but definitely we're happy that you're okay though, because vehicles are replaceable, people aren't, so.
That's it. I'm luckily I was wearing my seatbelt because I happened to go on the side, and it very, very, very easily could have went way worse than what it did.
Yes, indeed. But that is definitely part of our top news stories this evening, along with many others. I know, starting back earlier in the week, speaking of the snow, we have had quite a few traffic collisions and different things like that due to the snow. I know on Tuesday we had a plow truck run over a person in the roadway. I know the plow truck was trying to stop, but with all the salt, they are heavy vehicles.
That's right. I believe it may have been a snowboarder that came down the hill a little too quick up near Mirror Park, and I guess maybe for a brief second they forgot how to what's the proper word for snowboarding? Cut the snow, and then they couldn't stop quick enough and out in front of the plow truck.
Oh boy.
Luckily, I believe it was minor injuries, maybe just a broken leg, hopefully.
Good to hear. I'm glad that's scary. Very, very scary. We also had a MDA with a camper. I believe you were on scene for that one, Nick.
That's right. I was sticking off in the corner over the side of it. I believe it was a camper, a fuel tanker truck, and a pedestrian. So you had the whole pyramid of disaster there that could have easily happened and went way south quickly. But luckily it didn't happen. I didn't get the information on the pedestrian, but the subject in the camper, he was taken to our new hospital over on the east side, Saint Fiera, I believe is how it's pronounced, with minor injuries. He was complaining of seatbelt burns and a little bit of whiplash.
Oh goodness. And I do believe the one thing that I did hear from that scene is that the person who got run into was a well-known to the area homeless person. So I hope he makes a full recovery there.
Hopefully so. I believe he might still be hanging out at the hospital. I believe the nurse nuns may have given him somewhere warm to stay for a little bit and
Good.
a couple warm meals to help him out during this tough
Good,
time
good,
in the
good.
city.
I know it's been cold, been a lot of snow lately. We had quite the storm last night within the server, with of course some more wrecks. But we've actually had a lot of fires lately as well.
And most of the fires are probably coming from folks with the little space heaters. Uh,
Yeah,
like 90% of fires that's causing that is improper use. They've either got them plugged into a drop cord or power strip, or they
mhm.
have those flammable objects too near them and they overheat and catch fire that way.
Wow, I know we did have a fire at the Yellow Jack last evening due to too many cords being plugged into one breaker and one outlet.
All those Christmas lights in the one
Yeah,
outlet, probably.
yep, yep, and
Shame.
yeah, definitely. And earlier in the week, we had a fully involved structure house fire in the Mirror Park area, and that was believed to be set off by the Christmas tree.
They probably didn't water that live tree if it had happened to be a live tree. You got to keep an eye on that water level in those trees. They dry out quickly and they soak up the water extremely quickly.
Yes, that is what I'm thinking. Luckily, no one was in the home when it did go up, but it is reported that was the cause after investigation by the fire investigator, because there was nobody in the house on scene, but the house was fully involved.
Luckily, it's you hate to hear someone losing a home like that, but
Yeah.
luckily homes can be replaced.
Right.
Lives can't.
Right. I mean, exactly what I just said to you. I mean, it's important. Speaking of trees on fire, we also had the gas station in the Mirror Park area get set on fire in a arson investigation, which set the gas station, the 24/7 of the gas station, and the Christmas tree on fire, but the pumps were not on fire.
Wow,
So
sounds like real Grinch.
that is how law enforcement got to know that it might have been arson, and then they looked on their video cameras, and from what the lieutenant of the SHP tells me, or the state troopers tells me, that they are looking for a person in a Santa costume with long blonde hair.
Oh boy, so you hear that, everybody, all our viewers, if you see a long blonde-haired person
Just
wearing
a Santa
a Santa
Claus.
costume, call your local law enforcement so they can get out and have a little talk with that person.
Yes, that person might not be having the best Christmas this year. But although I don't know if they want to anyway, because they set a Christmas tree on fire, so.
Because you know how that karma is. That karma comes back on them with setting Christmas trees on fire.
It does. It really, really does. It really does. Definitely. On that same evening, law enforcement was out in the area 580, where it was discovered an abandoned car, and in that abandoned car investigation, they located a storage unit with multiple weapons that are illegal here in San Andreas, and also they found a few other things. But there is a be on the lookout for a Vic Porter, who was reported missing over a month ago, or multiple months now, and they have still confirmed that she is still missing, unknown of her last locations, her last known to be location a few months ago was in Sandy around the construction site, but that is the last that they have heard from her in about 3 or 4 months.
Oh, it's the longer it takes to find her, the less chances are likely that she'll be found in the best
Yes.
conditions.
Especially with the winter weather coming in now, you hope she's somewhere safe.
Yes, somewhere safe, somewhere warm, hopefully.
Yep, and I did talk to Captain Rico, and he described this scene on camera as being hitting home because Captain Rico said that he's worked with this person before and tried to help her straighten her life back out. So he's said that he's you know definitely hits home for him a bit. Seeing someone who he's helped fall into the wrong path again and in danger.
That is such a painful thing to hear
Yeah.
there.
Yes. Yes, indeed. But jumping back to the last night, we had like a fire at the Yellow Jack, as we said. Somebody had plugged in multiple cords to the same outlet. And there was also a fire at an abandoned building near the hospital, which created smoke for miles and almost fully covered almost fully covered Sandy Shore. Excuse me.
I heard the smoke actually was such a large amount that some of the firefighters were asking, was it a tornado, like a snow tornado, maybe?
Snownado.
A snow tornado. You know, you got
Snowmageddon.
Sharknado, and now got snow tornadoes.
It was Snowmageddon out there.
Snowmageddon, spawning snow tornadoes.
Yeah. Snow pandemonium.
Snowmonium.
That's what I wanted to say, but then I couldn't
We
get
know
it
what
out.
you're trying to say.
Indeed, we also have the case on Sally Mander that is still open, and she is also still a missing person at this time. So always be on the lookout for her visuals, and every missing person's visual is live on our website right now at weaselnews.com. So go check that out. But yeah, a lot of stuff has been happening here within the city. But we do still have festivities coming into the city with all the lights, all the Christmassy stuff. I know that there will be a Bob's Balls event for a Miss Megan's birthday coming up. The owner of Bob's Balls. That sounded really weird.
No, I just want you to just roll with that one there, Lindsay.
Yeah, so, yeah, make sure you guys say, a happy birthday to the, owner of Bob's Balls, coming up here in the next week or so. That'll be going down on the 17th. So, we got a lot of good, stuff to look out for there. got a lot of good stuff to look out for. Yeah, got of action. But anyway, we also had an Adam case in a vehicle and an Adam Foot case last night that took officers way under the bridge, and they actually crashed a Camaro and flipped it upside down in a gully there under the big railroad tracks near Sandy.
Bridge.
Yes, there we go. That's the word.
Oh, okay.
Yes, under the bridge that leads throughout the mountains. And they were able to successfully, I believe, transport that person to the hospital, but they were in a very critical condition.
That's right. I believe he took several gunshots for resisting arrest from law enforcement, and maybe even had a weapon on him. It was on one of his persons too.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, yes, he did have a weapon, and luckily everyone was okay. Herbert was also out last evening, he got into two separate incidents that evening, one with a plow truck and one with a tow truck.
Oh, poor Herbert.
Yep,
Uh,
and poor Sharp, who had to transport him to the hospital because all the medics were busy.
poor Sharp. They had 3 medics running last night, and it's just insanely crazy how busy the medics got, and then poor Sharp having to deal with Mr.
Yep.
Herbert. That old man. We know he means well, but sometimes he might just need to stay at home with all the snow. He's already not the best driver, and then
Yep.
snowfall just seems to compound his driving ability.
Absolutely. I know the enforcement officers last night were possibly talking about um, either having his license pulled or temporarily suspending it. So we'll have to see what happens there if Herbert stays on the road or not.
But I don't believe that would stop that old man from getting out on the road. I believe he drove a long time with nothing but
Yep.
a good old library card.
Probably. Probably. And then speaking of a lot of medics out, we also had an incident happen last evening where a case with that Commissioner Granley and a few other officers were in turned into a football at Flywheels, where an unfortunate scene happened where the gas pumps were knocked into by a barricade or something of that nature, and actually threw a spark and blew up in the parking lot of Flywheels, with multiple people with minor injuries and a few with critical ones.
I think everybody, the critical ones have been upgraded to no longer critical care units, but
Uh,
have been closely watched at the Sandy Shores
good,
Medical Center from the last contact I heard.
good, good. Yes, but I heard that all the law enforcement officers and everybody from that side was okay. We're glad to hear that. Just minor injuries.
That's right. I think most of the law enforcement and most of the all the law enforcement, all the fire EMS on the scene, they were treated for minor injuries, and they released themselves uh, their own reconnaissance. Told if they needed any more treatment to head down to the local hospital for further evaluation if needed.
Yes, yes, indeed. So it was a barrier mishap. Originally, they thought it was the stretcher of the medic, but it was proven on body cam that it was not the stretcher. Uh,
That's right. Sometimes those power stretchers they will spark every now and then,
they
so I
will.
can see how it could have been easily
Yeah,
misconstrued as a stretcher.
they definitely will. Jumping back to Polito on Tuesday, now that I just remembered, we also had a fire at an abandoned warehouse off of the coast, where some different um, evidence facts were found by the state police and taken into evidence for investigation, as it is believed to be possible arson out in the Pluto area. So definitely watch out for your surroundings, everybody, as there is there is somebody clearly in the area who wants to do harm. So definitely watch out for that.
Yes, most definitely. Like I say, if you see something, say something. Give us a good old phone call to law enforcement or even fire rescue. They can
Yep.
always pass the word on to law enforcement if you can't get one there to you quick enough.
Absolutely. For sure, for sure. Let's see, have we missed anything?
Oh, yes, we did have a camper that managed to drive or slide into the river out between Harmony and Sandy on, I believe, Route 68, uh, close to Stab City. That's a wonderful name to be mentioned on the news. Close
Yep,
to Stab City,
yep.
the camper that ran off into the river, and at the time of the press conference with fire, the driver had yet to be located. There
Oh
are
no.
fears that the driver may have swept all the way down to the river, possibly out to the sea, but fire rescue and Leo are still out searching for what may turn out to be the remains of the driver at this time.
Oh boy. We do hope that there is closure and hopefully they are found safe. But like you said with the weather, we do hope that their family and loved ones do find some closure here in the coming days or hours, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully so. Hopefully, we always hope for the best, but around here during this cold time of the year, we have to prepare for the worst.
Yes. Yeah, indeed. Indeed, I know they had gators out there. They had drones in the air, trying to locate that person.
That's right. I believe they even brought the boats out. They brought several pieces of equipment out that we have yet to see put in use, but luckily it was on standby and it was able to get it to the scene to attempt search.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Hopefully we find some closure on that.
That is correct.
Indeed, indeed. Let's see. Are we missing anything else? I'm glad you remembered that one because I had forgotten for a minute.
That is really about it. Just on a lighter note, we would like to welcome and thank the city to our newest hospital bill,
Yes.
Saint Fiasse. I would not ever be able to pronounce that. Over on the east side near the oil
That one
fields.
sounded very much more fancier than the last time you said it, and I'm
It's,
here
it's
for it.
it's probably not that fancy in the real life
La
name of it,
Fiancée.
but you know.
Yes.
Apparently, it is ran by our local nuns and maybe some of the bishops or
Okay.
priests or reverends or I
All
think it's
right.
a religious-based hospital.
Awesome. Hey, I mean, good for them. Good for them, and I look forward to hopefully. I don't want to go in the hospital, but if I ever do, I look forward to being in their care and having them care for our city.
Well, I would recommend there before you ever have to go in under austere circumstances. Maybe should go down and just walk through there and check it out. They have an awesome pharmacy and a wonderful little cafeteria in there.
Wonderful. I know they have ladies. They have tampons. If you ever need one, you can go in and grab one. They've got all the stuff that you need.
They
Who
got all
knows?
the little cures for any symptoms that may
Yeah.
ail you.
And who knows? Maybe the owners of it are French, and that you didn't pronounce it correctly. Maybe there's a French bishop.
There we go. Maybe I didn't ruin the name. Maybe I got close enough.
Francis, the French bishop. Pierre.
Fiera.
I said
Okay.
Pierre, not Pierre.
For all we know, it could be Saint Fart Hospital. For all I know.
Pierre, not Pierre. A donkey, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Oh, dear Lord. Well, what music have you been listening to lately? I've been listening to the Vinewood Hills Christmas radio lately.
You know, I was about to say the same thing. It's that time of the year for the Christmas tunes to be out.
It
I've
is.
been, you know, even though I flip through the stations, that seems that all that plays
Yep.
is the Christmas music.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I love Bells and the Carol. That's one of my favorites.
What about that one for Christmas? Is all I want from you? That
Yep.
good old 1993 music from
Yep.
Korea Mary.
Nice. Yep. And I can't forget the classic Chipmunks, Elfie and the Chipmunks.
Oh yes, you can't forget that, those high-pitched voices.
Yep. And all I want for Christmas is my 2 bottom teeth.
Oh yes, yes.
Yep. And all I want for, and I think is it all I want for Christmas is it a hippopotamus? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's a hippopotamus.
A hippopotamus.
Well, it could be worse. It could be a good old platypus. All I want for Christmas is a platypus. That wasn't really a real big hit back in the 80s.
It wasn't. No, not a platypus.
Not a platypus. I'm not a fan of platypuses. They just kind of look, just distorted, and they're venomous too if they bite you. So yeah, they're not good.
Yes, indeed. I'm glad that we've changed this conversation into Christmas to platypuses.
Oh yes, something more lighthearted.
Is it platypi or platypuses? Platypuses sounds so wrong.
It's platypi.
Platypi.
Platypi for multiple platypus. I don't think anyone believes me.
I think I do believe you because I knew it was Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
We're just gonna roll with it for now. We'll verify on our next newscast.
We will verify whether it is platypi or platypuses.
Yeah, it just sounds so mean, so wrong on so many levels. Calling it platypuses.
Yes. And did you know that if you have more than 3 cats, it's called a clouder? You have a clouder of cats. If you have 3 more, if you have more than 3 cats, you have a clouder of cats.
Wow, I didn't know it was called a clouder.
Yep. Yeah. Learn something new every day.
There you go, folks. You just learned something. It's always a good day, a good week when you learn something new.
Yep.
So I wonder what's called when you have like 3 or more dogs. We'll have to look that up next time.
I don't know, actually. Might have to look on BoobTube and see if there's any specific word.
May have to check it out. Let's check it out. Maybe we'll get our viewers to check it out and chime in with us next week.
Yes. Let's see. It's a stock of dogs.
It's a stock.
I don't think that's right.
Stock of dogs. That's just not quite as wonderful sounding as a clouder of cats.
Right? A clouder of cats and a stock of dogs.
Oh, there we
and
go.
A bunch of platypi and platypussies. Platypuses.
Oh, apparently the plural of platypi or platypus is platypodes. I don't know. I gotta believe that.
I don't know.
We'll just go with. We'll roll with it. So yeah.
All right. Well, now that we are totally off topic here, we'll reel it back in. The weather will continue with our winter weather. This upcoming week, got a lot to look forward to. And we do appreciate everybody coming on out to support Weazel News and all the fun that we have here together. KuffsGaming.com for all the information, and on the sidebar to see all the different things that we have to offer, including some new logging and lumber scripts. And as Jamie said earlier, you said something earlier that we have that I completely forget right now.
The new hospital?
There we go.
We only covered like 16 times there.
Right?
It's been a long weekend.
It has been a long week. It's been a long week and it hasn't even started yet.
That's right. We're already on Sunday. We're only on Sunday, and we have 6 days. See there, now you're rubbing off on me over there.
Also, I love that one of our viewers just called good old Google Boogle. I know I'm gonna call him Boogle now. We got BoobTube. Yes, so I looked it up on Google. Yep. But, alright, well, we are gonna start wrapping it up here. Thank you all so much for watching this episode and broadcast of Weazel News and all this craziness and off topic. And I can't even talk.
Before we go there, Lindsay, I want to say one thing.
Yes.
Congratulations to Miss Ember Rose on her 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, congratulations to her. That sounds so weird.
Congratulations to her.
Yes, congratulations to her. She would not be where she is if it wasn't for all the awesome community that she has around her. And I know that she really appreciates everyone being there for her streams and really making a difference and being a part of her community.
That's right, and I'll let you have the floor back there, Miss Lindsay.
No worries. So this has been Weazel News with your hosts, Dick Dastonley and Lindsay Lauren. We appreciate you hanging out with us on this wonderful snowy Sunday evening. Wherever you are in the world, have a great rest of your night, and we will see you on the next one. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel News. We keep the city on their P's and their Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel News. We keep the city on their P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got a foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can chat with cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.